Japan is a country known for its cutting-edge technology and innovation. From the serene beauty of cherry blossoms in spring to the bustling streets of Tokyo, Japan captivates the world with its unique blend of ancient culture and modernity. Today, Japan is one of the biggest economies in the world with an estimated GDP of $42 trillion. It stands as the fourth largest economy globally by nominal GDP, trailing only behind economic giants like the United States, China, and Germany. Similarly, it holds the fourth spot in terms of purchasing power parity, solidifying its formidable position on the world stage. Beneath its gleaming facade as the world's second-largest holder of foreign exchange reserves, valued at an impressive $1.4 trillion, and its commendable fifth position on the global, it ranks first in the world in the Economic Complexity Index. But underneath the glamour of the richest economy in the world, Japan is facing a list of problems. This economic phenomenon stemmed from the post-World War II era, where Japan, alongside West Germany, reaped the benefits of the Cold War landscape. Under the American occupation, Japan underwent a profound transformation, encompassing political, economic, and civic realms. This transformation was largely driven by the interventionist policies of the Japanese government, bolstered in part by the aid and support from the United States. Following the war, the United States maintained a significant presence in Japan, strategically aiming to counter the spread of Soviet influence across the Pacific region. Recognizing the importance of fostering a stable and prosperous Japan, the U.S. sought to mitigate the risk of potential social unrest and communist sympathies among the Japanese populace, thereby safeguarding against Soviet domination in the Pacific theater. The Japanese economic miracle of the post-World War era was characterized by several distinctive features. These included the close collaboration among manufacturers, suppliers, distributors, and banks within tightly knit groups known as keiretsu. The influence of powerful enterprise unions and shunto, along with amicable relations with government bureaucrats, played a significant role. The concept of lifetime employment, shushinkoyo, in major corporations and heavily unionized blue-collar factories added stability to the workforce. And the waning of the economic boom fueled by the Korean War, Japan's financial resurgence persisted. Despite facing challenges such as the loss of U.S. payments for military procurement, Japan managed to navigate through deep recessions and sustain its upward trajectory. By the late 1960s, Japan had remarkably emerged from the devastation of World War II, achieving a rapid and comprehensive economic recovery. Japan is confronting a profound demographic shift, with its population on a steady decline since reaching its peak of 128 million in 2008, dwindling to 125 million by 2022. This decline is primarily driven by Japan's plummeting birth rate. From 2000 to 2020, Japan's birth rate plummeted from 9.5 births per 1,000 women to just 6.8 per 1,000. This downward trend, compounded by the nation's high life expectancy, has given rise to an aging population. The proportion of individuals aged over 65 surged from 17.4% in 2000 to 29% in 2022 and is forecasted to escalate to 41.2% by 2100. Conversely, the working-age population, encompassing individuals aged between 15 and 64, has experienced a corresponding decline. From 68.1% of the population in 2000, it dwindled to 59.4% by 2022. These demographic shifts pose profound challenges for Japan's economy, social welfare systems, and overall societal structure. The depopulation trend in Japan stems from various factors, foremost among them being the high economic burden associated with childbearing and child-rearing. This burden is especially pronounced for low-income households, where primary wage earners often hold non-regular employment. According to a Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare report on household income, households headed by non-regular workers typically have disposable incomes around 60% lower than those led by regular workers, highlighting a widening income disparity. Another contributing factor is the shifting societal landscape and evolving lifestyles. Traditionally, the model of a nuclear family, comprising a married couple who wed before the age of 30 and subsequently have children, was predominant. However, societal norms have evolved, with individuals increasingly prioritizing personal aspirations and society embracing diversity. Consequently, there has been a decline in the marriage rate, dropping from 10 marriages per 1,000 people in 1970 to 4.1 in 2022. The ramifications of Japan's declining and aging population are far-reaching. A shrinking working-age population inevitably translates to a decline in GDP, unless offset by significant productivity gains. While measures such as raising the retirement age and increasing female workforce participation can mitigate this decline to some extent, they do not address the fundamental issue of a diminishing working-age population. Addressing these challenges requires comprehensive and innovative approaches that extend beyond traditional solutions. The repercussions of Japan's depopulation are becoming increasingly evident across various sectors and professions. Small and medium-sized enterprises, in particular, are grappling with closures due to a lack of successors, exacerbating labor shortages. Essential professions such as teaching, healthcare, and caregiving are also experiencing acute labor shortages, amplifying the strain on social and public services. In rural areas, the negative economic fallout of depopulation is keenly felt, further exacerbating the challenges faced by local communities. The aging population compounds these economic challenges, posing a threat to Japan's overall standard of living. Despite the Japanese government's efforts to address depopulation, including various measures implemented in recent years, the effectiveness of these initiatives has been limited. Recognizing the gravity of the depopulation crisis, Prime Minister Fumio Kishida's administration took decisive action by formulating the Direction on Strategy for Children's Future in June 2023. This comprehensive plan aims to halt the decline in birth rates by providing financial assistance to young couples, thereby alleviating the economic burden associated with child rearing. While this accelerated strategy signals a concerted effort to address depopulation, its success hinges on effective implementation and ongoing adaptation to evolving demographic challenges. The proposed measures to combat Japan's depopulation crisis are multifaceted, encompassing increased child allowances, expanded economic assistance for childbirth and education, and the abolition of income caps for child allowance programs. Initiatives such as enhancing working environments to alleviate the burdens of child rearing and improving the quality of childcare facilities are integral to the plan. To finance these measures, the administration is considering allocating approximately 3 trillion yen, $20 billion annually over the next 3 years, though funding remains a challenge given Japan's substantial government debt. In January 2024, the Population Strategy Panel, comprising members from diverse sectors, presented the Population Vision 2100 proposal to Prime Minister Kishida. This proposal advocates maintaining Japan's population above 80 million by 2100 through measures aimed at increasing the total fertility rate. Key recommendations include establishing a new committee under the Prime Minister's purview to oversee population strategy formulation and implementation, as well as implementing 2 complementary strategies: population stabilization and economy strengthening. The former seeks to halt population decline by improving conditions for child rearing, while the latter aims to boost productivity through human resource development and the acceptance of skilled foreign workers. While many of these measures are not entirely novel, the comprehensive approach outlined in the proposal underscores its value. The Kishida administration must now demonstrate strong leadership by formulating and implementing comprehensive policies informed by the Population Vision 2100 framework. By leveraging this roadmap, Japan can take decisive steps towards mitigating its depopulation challenges and securing a sustainable future.